We've been talking across the last several sessions about the importance of the digital footprint for the businesses that we provide solutions for, predominantly restaurants. And we have discussed how that for most restaurants that they're in a spiral where their digital assets are being used against them in order to push traffic to third parties. The snaptown system reverses that flow, and it uses the digital assets to benefit the business from an online ordering, table reservation, promotion to consumers, engagement, and loyalty perspective. The intention is to provide a complete solution for the restaurant or business that brings them more orders, whether they're online or for pickup or for dine-in, more often. So the key is that businesses can be found when they're being searched for. And there are 4 ways that they're done: through search, reviews, social, and websites, in that order. And just think about how you, as a consumer, interact with businesses when you're on the go or even when you're at home. And from a search perspective, consumers are using Siri, Alexa, Google Voice, etc. to not even type in businesses they want to find, but just to use phrases like find chicken near me, best restaurant near me, nearby Mexican. So these phrases are used so that the search engines can come up with results. And you can do this textually as well by typing in I want to look for X. That's predominantly how people look for a business. When they find a business, they look at reviews. And this is for a restaurant they may not have been to before. They use the reviews to look at what other people have said about the business, just to confirm that this is the choice they want to make. This is usually a second step. And this is done through Yelp, TripAdvisor, even Google My Business, other review sites, Facebook for reviews, just to ensure that they're making the right choice. Next, there's social sharing. What are my friends doing? Where are they going? And this is really tertiary to the top 2 because it's a much lower volume and it's a very intimate relationship that consumers have with the business through social. You can run sponsored ads on the social platforms, but for the most part, people are using it to see who checked in at a business that they know. Again, for further validation, this is where they want to go. And finally, your website. So if the business does not have a website, then they need some place where people can land when they're searched for, when they're reviewed, and when people share them socially. That has to be appealing, have clear messages, and also drive towards an order. So this is important for not just for online purchases, but also for dine-in. So we're going to use Ricky's Chicken, which is a restaurant in Woodbridge, Virginia, just as an example. And there are many examples, and I would suggest that you just do these simple searches when looking at businesses and where their exposures are. So I searched for chicken in Woodbridge and Peruvian chicken in Woodbridge. This is a Peruvian chicken restaurant in Woodbridge. Both of these searches resulted in other businesses or businesses other than Ricky's showing up. In fact, on both of these searches, they show up 8th or lower on Google for chicken and Peruvian chicken, which means they're not being found in a lot of cases. People don't scroll. And Google is coming back with searches that don't point to that restaurant. In fact, when you select Peruvian restaurant, which this actually is, they don't even show up on the first page. It's 18th. This is a clear indicator that their internet presence, even if they do have a website, is not optimal, meaning that they're not being found. Score low. Google listing. So I was able to find them when I typed in their actual full name. They do show up first. And when you take a look at their Google listing, which shows up on the right-hand side on a computer, or we'll take the full screen on a mobile device, you'll see their website, directions, information about the business, and how you can interact. With this particular business, what you see is there are almost no photos that are appealing. There are no posts on the Google listing, like events that are happening or offers that are running. The website goes just to an ordering page, so it doesn't tell a lot about that business. And then when they look at the various links they can go to, woodbridge.ordersrickyschicken.com, which is a Menufy site, or orderrickyschicken.com, these are very long and kludgy names, which a lot of consumers will not click on potentially, and the search engines don't tend to like very long website names. And you'll see DoorDash on here. What you'll also find here is that the third parties, DoorDash, Grubhub, EatStreet, Postmates, Uber Eats, and also the online reservation systems like Yelp and OpenTable, they hijack these listings. And by hijack, I mean that their links are being placed on the listing and on the without the approval of the business owner. They have relationships with Google that allow them to, via contract, post their links on there. This is part of the issue with all roads lead away from your business, is that the internet is kind of working against the business owner to push traffic to third parties. So what you want to do is use this listing to drive traffic to your business. So I give a score of OK here because they are directing people to a place where they can order, although they don't have all the check boxes checked here with respect to website, etc. If I look at Facebook, Facebook page has a lot of posts. They do have very appealing food. Notice on the last slide they didn't post that on Google, so they're limiting the exposure of these high resolution, very appealing graphics. In addition, from Facebook, there's no call to action. Send a message, just sends a message. They could actually place an order here. They could use this tab to place an order. They are not. The See menu goes to a broken page. So they'd used a menu in the past but not updated it, so it goes to a thumb with a bandage around it. So this listing is also not being utilized to drive traffic to the business as well as it could. But it exists. There is activity. There are check-ins. So it's an OK. Yelp. The Yelp listing is actually unclaimed. This means that the business is not even responding to or viewing reviews on the Yelp site, which is a no-no. You should not place Yelp ads, but you should have your listing claimed. In addition, the website is dead. It's a broken link. Their main picture on Yelp points to another different website, which is also broken. They do not have a menu link here. That's broken. So for Yelp, we'll give a score of low. In conclusion, looking at these various digital assets, search, review, social, and website, you can get a good indication of whether a business is in need or not. We, as part of our solution, connect everything together to drive traffic to the website, the ordering, the table reservation, and the marketing. So it's a complete solution for that business. So you can take your assessment into them and let them know that, by the way, as part of the solution, in addition to the platform you get that drives new consumers, engagement, and loyalty, you can also make sure that the internet is working for you. The idea is to provide one solution, an all-in-one solution for the business owner, to allow them to promote, to place offers, to engage consumers through check-ins and offers and events and etc. Through loyalty programs to bring customers back more often with a birthday offer, a punch card, and VIP offers. Online ordering to drive purchases without dine-in, table reservation, events that are occurring at the business and letting people know that they are there, and also reserve a table for those events, and also a website if that's what they would want, if they need that asset as well. And the idea is that we're using all of these features to ensure that they take back control of their business from a digital perspective. Most business owners are very good at the physical side. They put signage on their sidewalk. They put up banners. They put up posters. They do advertising in papers. They have a listing in the phone book. etc. So they're very good at that. People know that. It's been occurring for 40 years, 50 years. But on the digital side, not so much. What we see is there's a lot of broken links, a lot of unclaimed listings, and a lot of hijacking of the listing by third parties that in fact drive dollars away from the business. They find you, and then they direct them to a third party, and that third party takes between 10 and 30% of that order from the business. Our intention is to stop that and drive all traffic back into the business. Thank you for listening.